Hello everyone. I've seen a lot of questions being asked in the HNG Revival Discord, and I have also been personally asked about its status. So I've decided to make a quick recap video on it. Currently, the HNG Revival team has the 2014 action game working, and the 2017 action game is in testing. The 2023 version is still being developed at this moment. To make HNG work, there are three things that need to happen. The action game client needs to be running, and that currently exists on Steam. The action game server, which is a server that runs the FPS, and the main war server, which contains account data and progression, as well as the RTS. The Revival team only has access to the Flash game client and needs to reverse engineer the action game server and the war server. Reverse engineering the action game and the RTS server is extremely difficult. This is because the team needs to figure out the internet messages that the user client sends and receives from both the action game server and the RTS server. Currently, they have the action game server working, but they still need to figure out how the XP system works to properly track in-game progression. They are also making good progress on the Flash client and RTS. Currently, they have made progress on getting weapons, mods, and XP to work. They are also working on the war map and have big cities working, but there is still a lot of work to be done on things like the ATs. The HNG 2023 Revival team constantly posts updates in the Revival info channel in their Discord, link in the description. It seems they're making good progress, so hopefully we get to play soon, TM. Aside from that, there also seems to be a lot of questions on how the Revival will work, so here is some quick info. Access to the 2023 Revival version is private invite only at the moment. The finished game will launch from Steam. They will not release the revived game to the public until it is fully functional in its 2023 state, including the FPS and the RTS. They will not modify the balance of the game or the client because of legal concerns. However, if at some point it is clear that the current HNG IP owners won't sue, they can modify the balance of weapons server side. Modifications to the actual user client are also likely possible. However, the Revival team is not familiar enough with the user client to do that. They have considered reducing the grind required to unlock things, but there are no guarantees yet. The Revival will be completely free to play with no gold because making income from the game can cause legal issues with the HNG IP holders. All action game servers will be community owned by trusted people to prevent cheating. These servers will then be linked up to the main war server that is controlled by the Revival team. The main war server will contain character data such as logins and character loadouts and ATs. All players will start with new accounts, and there is no estimation on when the game will release. Old maps from the 2014 version of the game do not work on the 2023 version because Rito changed a lot of the rendering engine since then. That would break the old maps. Some of the current maps still have bad terrain and jagged edges from that transition. That's pretty much it. Laters.